It's a new quarter at Paragon, so let's go over some of the parts that we know that should be coming in Q3 2026. The first one I cannot discuss at the time that this video goes live, but there will be a huge announcement from us here at Paragon. Should be early July. I can't give you the dates, detail, or anything, but be on the lookout for a huge announcement. You will see plenty of content to come once we're able to talk about it. Now, something I can talk about is the 7mm wheel spacers we have coming for the wide body. We've already offered the 20mm wheel spacers for the wide body, but we've never offered the front because we didn't think the demand was there, because the front offset on the wide body wheels is much more proper than the narrow body. However, we did listen to you, so we developed a 7mm wheel spacer for the front with extended lug studs. That way you keep the proper thread engagement that you need. However, this will not work for carbon fiber wheels. If you need a reference point on that, we will leave why we don't do wheel spacers for carbon fiber wheels in the description. Next, while there's not necessarily a product announcement I can talk about, there's going to be a plethora amount of content coming for the C8 Corvette Grand Sport. Fortunately, we should have that any day now, and we did just get the allocation. I'm going to replace my E-Ray with a Grand Sport X, so we'll be able to start parts development, content development, and all that stuff that you've been waiting for the C8 Grand Sport for Q3. We have an exciting opportunity to do endurance racing with Dottie, a car that you've become very familiar with. So Grant is going to go kind of do a vlog style content at Road America. This will be our first ever endurance racing with this car, as that is a new target audience that we're trying to focus on. So if you're into that more track focused content, you should have that vlog sometime here in July. Talking about track content, we have ordered every single possible piece of wide body aero for the C8 Corvette from Veris Engineering. That's going to include a front air dam, splitter, side skirts, and a diffuser. We already have the wing options available and the dual canards, so we have that purchase order in. We are very much hoping that we see that in Q3 2026. We're doing everything we can to get that for you guys. Let's talk about the C8 Stingray, guys. We did not forget about you. The light bezels that we developed and released several years ago that we did come out with for the wide body, the wide body ones are a little more sleek, and we had countless requests on making that design change for the narrow body. Now, at the time that we released the wide body light bezels, we had a plethora of stock for the narrow body of the old design. Well, we are starting to get down on stock, so our engineer is working with the manufacturer to make a sleeker design DRL for the narrow body. I'm not sure that we'll see it in Q3, but we will at least have a test product that we can start getting your feedback on and hopefully see it this year, if not early next. The next product is magnetic drain plugs. I don't know why it took us 6 years to think about it, but our friends that do what we do but for BMWs explained to us it's one of their more popular modifications that guys buy. You're doing an oil change kit, you might as well replace that drain plug and the gaskets and everything. There are some variances between the 6.2, the 5.5, and we're assuming the 6.7 liter. So we have a couple test samples coming. We're going to see if there is any benefit, do a couple oil changes on our cars to see if we can capture any metal shavings, but that should be a product that will be offered to you here in Q3. Another product, while I'm not sure it's going to be super popular, is a one-piece bumper hole coverage for the wide body. So if you're like me and you run a track spoiler on your car, you take off the factory ducktail, or if you just want to take off your spoiler in general, you're left with a ton of holes. So we kind of reached out to the community and asked if we did a one-piece whole bumper cover in carbon flash or carbon fiber, you could also paint it, and we had some positive response. So we figured, why not bring that in? We should see that here in Q3. Again, it'll be in carbon fiber and carbon flash. Our friends at Auto Attic are continuing to make Blackwing parts. We have added their entire catalog of CT5E Blackwing carbon fiber parts to our lineup. These are all going to be shipped direct, so if you have a Blackwing and you weren't able to get some of that factory carbon fiber bits, because I know it was on constraint, just like the Corvettes, Auto Addicts will have you covered, and we have it available on our website. However, Auto Addicts not just focusing on the Blackwing. They are doing a lot of things for the C8 Corvette, including a lot of ZR1 OEM replica stuff, including their 5-piece tub. So like if you open up the front hood on a ZR1, you have all those surround pieces and bezels. They've already made that for the ZR1, and they said that it bolts onto every other model. So if you're looking for a functional hood, or if you buy an OEM replica hood, you could put that on. So a lot of carbon fiber bits still coming from Auto Addict for the C8 Corvette. Last but not least is a product from C8 Rally Driver. After years of people asking, we're finally going to have an oil and coolant cap cover that is clear. So if you put a clear engine bay cover on your car or an OEM one, you have those rubber flaps. Now they finally have a clear window. It's a beautiful anodized black, red, blue, or silver. I'm sure they'll do other colors down the road, but that is a product that's coming. And that's going to wrap it up for Q3. Again, we should see all of these parts, I'm hoping, in Q3, or at least have some R&D parts that we can then share with you on the community. We'll keep doing these videos, but for now, if you have any questions, comments, or concerns, make sure to leave a like, comment, and subscribe, and we'll see you next quarter.